How does one adapt a book or story into a puppet show? Adapting a book or story into a puppet show can be a fun and creative way to bring a beloved tale to life. By using puppets, puppeteers can add a new dimension to the story, creating an immersive experience for the audience. In this article, we will explore some of the steps involved in adapting a book or story into a puppet show. The first step in adapting a book or story into a puppet show is to choose a story that will lend itself well to puppetry. Look for a story that has vivid characters and scenes that can be easily translated into puppetry. It's also important to choose a story that you are passionate about and that will resonate with your audience. The next step is to determine the style of puppetry that you will use for the show. There are many different styles of puppetry, including hand puppets, marionettes, rod puppets, and shadow puppets, among others. The style of puppetry that you choose will depend on the story that you are adapting, as well as your own personal style and preferences. Once you have chosen a story and a style of puppetry, it's time to develop the characters. Start by creating a list of the main characters in the story and brainstorming ideas for how each character will look and move. Consider the personality and traits of each character and how they can be brought to life through the puppet. The next step is to create the puppets themselves. Depending on the style of puppetry that you have chosen, you may need to build the puppets from scratch, or you may be able to purchase pre-made puppets and customize them to fit your vision. When creating the puppets, consider the materials that you will use, such as foam, fabric, or wood, and how you will attach the puppet to the performer's hand or control mechanism. In addition to the puppets themselves, you will also need to create the sets and props for the show. Consider the different scenes in the story and how they can be brought to life through the use of scenery and props. You may also need to create special effects, such as lighting or sound effects, to enhance the story and engage the audience. Once you have all of the elements in place, it's time to rehearse the show. This is an important step in ensuring that the puppetry is seamless and that the story is engaging for the audience. Practice the movements and voices of the puppets, and make sure that the performers are comfortable with the puppetry style and the characterizations. The final step is to perform the show for an audience. When performing the show, it's important to keep the audience engaged and to ensure that the puppetry is visible and easy to follow. Make sure that the performers are able to move the puppets smoothly and that the story flows seamlessly. Adapting a book or story into a puppet show can be a rewarding and fun experience for both the puppeteers and the audience. By choosing a story that resonates with you, determining the style of puppetry, developing the characters, creating the puppets, sets, and props, rehearsing the show, and performing it for an audience, you can create a memorable and engaging performance that brings the story to life in a new and exciting way. In conclusion, adapting a book or story into a puppet show is a creative and engaging way to bring a classic tale to life. By following the steps outlined in this article, you can create a memorable and immersive experience for your audience and inspire them to engage with literature and the art of puppetry. The process of adapting a book or story into a puppet show is not without its challenges, but with careful planning and attention to detail, it can be a rewarding and enjoyable experience for all involved. So if you have a favorite story that you think would lend itself well to puppetry, why not give it a try? With some creativity and hard work, you can create a unique and memorable performance that will be sure to delight and inspire your audience.